And this is Luke 21 verses 20 through to 24. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then recognize that her desolation is near. Then those who are in Judea must flee to the mountains, and those who are in the midst of the city must leave, and those who are in the country must not enter the city, because these are days of vengeance, so that all things which are written will be fulfilled. Woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days, for there will be great distress upon the land and wrath to this people. And they will fall by the edge of the sword, and they will be led captive into all the nations, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. Wow, but this is the prophecy of the Lord Jesus of the rout of Jerusalem, which was going to happen 40 years later, AD 70. Jerusalem is surrounded. And Jesus says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, get out of there. If you're out in the country, don't go into Jerusalem. If you're in Jerusalem, run away. And Eusebius, I think it is, one of the historians, he says that when Jerusalem was actually routed and there was the great siege of Jerusalem, finally they attacked and overturned the whole of Jerusalem. And there was massacres within the city. Eusebius says that there were no Christians there because they had all obeyed and they were cognizant of the warnings of the Lord Jesus. When Jerusalem is surrounded, get out of there. And they escaped to, I understand, a city called Petra out in Jordan. And they escaped this terrible massacre that happened within Jerusalem. And Jesus prophesied this on a number of occasions, that would happen. When he went up to the cross, he said to the women who were weeping, don't weep for me, because the time will come when Jerusalem will be just ransacked. Don't weep for me. And here Jesus warns his people to get out of there. And people will fall by the edge of the sword, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. And from that time on, Jerusalem and Israel was never ruled by Jews until the 20th century. And so perhaps now we are seeing the Jerusalem no longer being trampled by Gentiles. We still have the Islamic Temple of the Rock and Arabs there in Jerusalem. But who knows, this return of Jews to Israel and the fact that Jerusalem is under Jewish control, even though they're secular and they fight numerous wars, and not always they're not always whiter than white, to say the least. But nonetheless, this could be a sign of the last days of the Lord Jesus coming soon, that Jerusalem, which is in the heart of all the nations, and is the nation where many of the conflicts, I was going to say all of the conflicts, but many of the conflicts are around that city, that small city in the midst of the Middle East. Who knows? This may be a sign that Jesus is going to come soon, and all of us need to be ready for his return.